Hello, sweet souls. This is the second reading of the day. We're going to call on St. Michael. St. Michael, please transmute all negative energy to positive. Centered myself with the viewer, we're going to call on the Holy Spirit, angels, saints, spirit guides, and ancestors, and ask for a message for your greater good. We pray for truth and only truth, for the greater good of the beautiful collective. So I finished the first reading, and I was sitting here, and I heard, let me down easy. Let me down easy. Now, there's a country song. It's called Let Me Down Easy by Billy Cunningham. And what I was getting from this, it's like someone did so many nefarious things because they've had heartbreak somewhere in their past. So they justify what they did to you because they were protecting their own heart, not being accountable for the horrific things that they did, but yet they want you to let them down easy. They want you to be gentle with their heart. They want to come back to you, open their heart to you after all they did without accountability, and they want you to let them down easy if you're not going to accept them back in. This is someone that's very delusional. This is someone that lacks accountability. They don't have self-worth, self-love, or value. This is someone that really operates in a diluted space as a form of self-protection, but it does more harm than it does good. So I don't know if this is going to come out in the reading, but it's definitely a download I just got. And it's kind of ironic. You destroy someone's heart. You destroy a marriage. You destroy a family dynamic. You try to destroy a reputation. And then you have the nerve to ask them to be gentle with your heart, to be kind with you. That is just mind-blowing to me. It truly is. Let me put it on pause. I got to go let the dogs in. Hold on. Okay, so also what I was getting is this person that wants you to let them down easy, their cruelty was unjustified. They could have just broke it off with you, been honest upfront and just broke it off with you. But this is someone that is very immature, spiteful. This is someone that they're very reactive. When their ego gets bruised, they want to do harm. And that's what they did. They sought to destroy you because their ego was wounded. But they're the ones that came against you, tried to destroy you, destroyed your union, was unfaithful, whatever happened. You know, this person lives in a space of lies and illusion that they tell themselves and they tell other people. They live in a false reality where everything they do is justified and is right, and it's wrong. You know, them wanting you to be gentle with their heart, they have broken their own heart. You know, they've done more damage to you and to themselves than you could have ever done to them. It's mind-blowing to me. So let me just see what's going on in the energy. Let's do the gemstones deck. Whew, I know no, they don't want me to do that. I'm going to do the answer oracle. It is mind-blowing that how people can rationalize pure evil. How they can create an illusion in their own mind to justify the most heinous acts. Let's just see. You know, it's like somebody getting someone fired from a job through lies and illusions, spreading lies about someone, getting them fired from their job. Then you go on to another job where you are in a leadership position, and the person that got you fired from your previous job is out of work, and they desperately want to get on the company that you are now working on, and they expect you to bring them on. That's the same type of delusion that I feel from this person. Let them down easy. Okay, what do I need to know? What do we need to know in the energy? Why am I getting this download? Why am I getting this download? Yeah, it's like somebody's having a wake-up call. that whatever they chose, a marriage or a long-term commitment, isn't good for their health. It's not good. It supports their addictions. It is causing a lot of mental health issues. This was a gamble that they took. This was a gamble, and it had to do with betraying you in order to take this action. They're waking up to the fact that this marriage or long-term commitment is a detriment to their physical and mental health. Wow. They're lonely. Give me one more, please. Yeah, they were chasing a fantasy. They were chasing a fantasy. This is your past person. This is why I'm getting this download. With memories, they can't stop thinking of you. And how innocent and pure your intentions were. The courage that you have. And you've given up. Who wouldn't give up on someone that does these things? That's what I don't understand. How do they not? They can make illusions to justify their actions, but they can't resonate with how you would be protecting yourself from them because of what they did. This is mind-blowing to me. So let's see. Tell me about this wake-up call. Tell me about this wake-up call. Holy Spirit, wake up. Wow. Okay. So this is someone that went into some sort of connection because they thought it was going to bring stability, finances, and it didn't. They're losing it all. This is someone that went into this connection and put in so much work. This person put in so much time, attention, and energy into this karmic connection. They didn't give you a tenth of what they've put into with this karmic, but they're putting in the work with the karmic because they thought there was going to be money. There's no money. This person is being guided to cut this connection out in this wake-up call. They're getting truth and clarity. Cut this connection out and take control of your life and move on. Move on. Move away from this marriage, this family dynamic, because you need to heal. You need to heal. Okay. So why are we getting it's bad for their mental and physical health? Okay, so they're changing their perspective because, like I said, this karmic is enabling their addictions. This karmic doesn't care about their well-being at all. So they need to make a decision, and part of what they're being guided to do is stand their ground, stand up for themselves. Stop being a pushover with the karmic. Stop kissing the karmic's butt. They're getting truth and clarity because it's not going to result in anything. The karmic's playing games with them. Yeah. Oh my gosh. See, you were their soulmate, right? And they destroyed your union, tried to destroy you, and they went toward a third party, and they sit in the Four of Cups. Wherever they are, whatever marriage or long-term commitment they're in, they know it was a bad decision, but yet they're still there. They're still there, holding on. This was a gamble. They took a gamble. Yeah. They took a gamble going into this marriage just to find out that it was toxic, dark, low vibrational. They're getting the message now. They're feeling like the victim, the wounded warrior. I do feel like this person is in fear because they don't know what the future holds for them. They know they need to move on. They need to walk away because it's nothing but a burden. This is your past player. They're really suffering. They're in mental anguish. All right. And it's going to continue until they make the decision to move away from this union. It's not going to get better. No, they've been keeping their eye on you for sure. All right. Let's look at the blockages, the betrayal. Why is the blockage the betrayal? Well, because everything is coming to light about why you turned your back on this person, why you moved on, all the lies, all the illusion, all the deception, all the plots and plans that were put into motion in order to destroy you. I mean, you already went through enough heartbreak and pain with this person, and that wasn't enough because their ego was wounded. You took your power back no matter what. You still took your power back. You're following your passion. You look amazing. You're very spiritual. You're very gifted. They were chasing a fantasy. They were chasing an illusion is what they were chasing. Yeah, again, God is telling this person, you need to move away. It's affecting your physical and spiritual, emotional health. Yeah. This person's really emotional now because they're just surrounded by drama, chaos, conflict. It's like every day, same thing. Let's look at memories. Yeah, they're going through a tower because they're in this hot mess and they're thinking about you. They didn't listen to their intuition. They have no connection with God. Wow. Yeah, so they tried to destroy you with the Queen of Pentacles in reverse, destroy your opportunities, your confidence, your self-worth, your opportunities for financial growth, so that they could join forces with a third party, this Queen of Cups, and now they have no peace in their life. No peace whatsoever. Yeah, because they're in a karmic cycle. Wow. Okay. Let's see what else we get. This wake-up call is the divine saying, look, you went in for money. You're not getting it. You have put all this work in trying to make it work where you didn't do that with Collective. Collective did everything. You're being guided to speak your truth, cut this person off. The divine is giving this person clarity and saying, look, you need to take control of your life. Be the leader. Be a real man. Be a real woman. Wake up. Wake up. Wow. Yeah, see, they're being forced to remember all that they did. You're coming out as the lady or man of luxury, someone that's confident and independent, someone that puts in the work, someone that can take care of yourself. This person battled you with a third party to try to destroy you. They bullied you with a third party. 10 of Pentacles. You're building your legacy, and your legacy is intact. It didn't matter what this karmic couple and others were doing. Yeah, these were seeds you were meant to plant. You are still going to reap your harvest. This is a part of your destiny, and they're waking up to that too. They're also waking up to the fact that you're protected. That's why nothing has worked. 13 on my timer. This person, they're getting the truth on how this marriage or long-term commitment is affecting their health. They're changing their perspective. They know they need to make a decision to set boundaries, speak up, stand their ground. God is giving them the truth. What else do we need to know? Health. Yeah, they misjudged you. They misjudged you. You're a Queen of Pentacles in the upright. You are confident, courageous, creative, stable. And this person was heartless and cruel in every way. They operated in this moon energy being very deceptive. It's just sad. It's really sad. With Ring, they're in this marriage. They threw away a true soulmate for a third party, and now they're in this Four of Cups knowing that they just missed opportunities. They didn't gain anything. They lost it all. Ring. One more. Wow. Yeah. So they were love bombed or gaslit into going into a family dynamic. The blockage is they're not going to be able to rise above what happened. No, there's consequences that they can't go around it. They're going to have to experience it. And part of the consequences is financial and mental instability. So this connection, this union was allowed to happen so that this person could learn a very powerful lesson. And you were the one that was sent into their life to teach them this lesson. You know, this person took a risk. They took a gamble jumping into this marriage, recognizing they married the devil. This is toxic. This is dark. They're both in devil energy. Yeah, they're getting messages from the spiritual realm. The blockages, now they're feeling sorry for themselves. Yeah, God's highlighting the truth. That they operated in ego. This is the truth. And forcing this person to reflect and to remember that horrible, heinous things they did is because their own ego was wounded. Because you wouldn't let them get away with the betrayal. You wouldn't continue to tolerate a miserable connection where there is nothing but abuse. The blockage is their betrayal. Truth's coming to light. Why you moved on, that this person was a deceiver, and you're still destined to plant new seeds. Since you walked away, you're following your passion. You know, you left the devil in the past. I said they were both devils, and they are. This person obviously was being manipulated by the enemy to come for you because of your gifts. You're a high priestess, very spiritually gifted. Yeah, and you're being spiritually guided to move on to victory, to move. Yeah. Some of you could actually physically be moving. This person was chasing a fantasy. And God is saying, look, you need to get away from this marriage. This person's very emotional because they're surrounded by conflict. Fantasy. They feel foolish. They feel foolish because they were manipulated into going into this marriage, and there's no peace, there's no harmony. Yeah, they were manipulated to believe that they would be so wealthy, King of Pentacles. But they're not. This is your past person going through a tower. They didn't listen to their intuition. They have no connection. They came for you and tried to destroy all of your opportunities, your confidence, your self-worth. They went so that they could go toward a Queen of Cups, and they have no peace and harmony. Memories. Yeah, the blockage is they're in mental anguish because they know you're cold as ice now. You have no desire to allow this person near you. You are a teacher, a guide, a mentor. You work for God, and you are protected by God. Yeah. This was your soulmate. The blockages, they were overindulging, and they had no defense for the things they did. They have no protection. Yep, they sit in the Four of Cups. Four of Cups because they missed opportunities. And they're having to watch you be blessed, receiving happiness and success, good news, and they're blocked. They're blocked. That's all they can do. Let me clear these off. I'm going to get from another deck. 1 second. Okay, so I want to see how this person currently feels about their karmic partner. How does Collective's past person currently feel about the karmic that they are married to or in a long-term commitment? How do they feel about the karmic? How do they feel? How do they feel about the karmic? Wow. They want to move away from the karmic. They want to speak their truth and cut this person off. They're feeling like the wounded warrior. They've changed their perspective, and this is why they are reminiscing about you. They see what you've built on your own in this confident, independent energy, and they see how abundant you are, and that's justice. What are they? How are they changed their perspective about the karmic? How have they changed their perspective? How have they changed their perspective? Oh, it has to do with you. It's like them seeing you have victory and success, things picking up quickly for you, having your awakening, making new investments, and you not being out in the cold is what's changed their perspective. So it's a comparison. They're comparing. They may view this karmic as lazy. They don't want to do any work. They want to live off other people's money. And so based on how you live your life, what you're doing, they're seeing that this person, they're just low vibrational. They don't have any respect for the karmic. Okay? And how does this person view the collective? How does this person view the collective? Yeah. Well, they're saying that they know they would have been more financially stable with you because the blockages, they're imbalanced with the karmic, struggling financially. They see you as beautiful, handsome. There's a lot of desire, sexual desire here. They know that you use your intuition, that you're spiritually gifted, and that you're blessed with financial opportunities. They also know you got your boundaries up and you are protected. They view you as a star, a healer, someone that carries the light, someone that's putting themselves out there that isn't afraid to be authentically you. All right. Let me ask. So what is going to happen if this karmic energy from your past does not listen to the divine and stays in this toxic marriage? What is going to happen if they stay in the toxic marriage? What is going to happen if they stay in the toxic marriage? Well, it's very clear. They're going to continue to put in all the work to make the karmic happy, to satisfy the karmic, and they're not going to have any new opportunities. It's a bad investment. They're going to be out in the cold and in financial ruin. Their financial opportunities are going to be blocked, and they're going to be forced to watch you continue to elevate in the Queen of Pentacles energy. What's going to happen is this person is going to continue to make unwise choices, reckless decisions, and there's not going to be any love there. They're going to be overly emotional because there is no love. They're not going to get empathy, compassion, or love from this karmic. And they're going to be left anyway. The karmic's going to walk away from them anyway. Why is the karmic going to walk away? It's divine intervention that this person walks away from your past person because of what was done to you in the star energy, this healer. Yeah, they took a foolish action toward this Queen of Wands energy. It's consequences. Yeah, they thought this was going to be, their ticket to success. And no, it's their ticket to mental instability, stress, anxiety, fear-based thinking, having to kiss someone's butt the rest of your life and be out in the cold with no money and still being left. That's what's going to happen. What is this person's karma for doing what they did to the collective? What is this person's karma? I'm going to use the Alchemy Rising, the Metamuse deck. What is this person's karma for what they did to the collective? What is this person's karma for what they did to the collective? Your past person, constantly reminiscing, remembering the love you gave them, being haunted by the memories. What is their karma? What is their karma for what they did to the collective? Wow. Wow. So, based on the decision they made, their karma is to be surrounded by chaos, conflict, to be put in competition with other suitors. The karmic energy is putting them through what they did to you, making them feel not good enough, making them feel like they have to compete for their attention. It's massive karma. They could be overindulging, drugs, alcohol. They're going to feel like a wounded warrior, like the victim. What's happening quickly is this person is going to realize very soon that this was a plan to lure them in to this marriage. It was an illusion. Everything was an illusion. Yeah, there is no love. This is not a loving family dynamic. What's the consequences? What is the consequences? Yeah, they're going to be gaslit, love bombed into believing they're going to receive. It's like the carrot on the stick. That karmic is going to continue to dangle the carrot, the promise of money, the promise of success, and it will never come. It's going to end in heartbreak. These are mind games the karmic is playing. And what's happening quickly is those scales of justice are being balanced. Yeah, they could end up in jail for what they've done in this devil energy. If not jail, this can be trapped, bound to this toxicity that never ends. And the karmic's going to end up walking away anyway. Yeah, because this was all an illusion. They were being love bombed or gaslit, dangling the carrot. The blockage, defeat. Yep. They're being defeated by their own lies and illusion, their own self-delusion. Let's see. Does the karmic have a third party? Does the karmic already have someone in their life? Yeah. The karmic has a third party. So with temperance, it could be a Sagittarius. It doesn't have to be, but this can also represent the divine allowed this, right? The karmic has already made another investment elsewhere. I feel like it could be a Libra, Gemini, Aquarius, but is definitely a third party. So I feel like the karmic has an exit strategy. They're planning an exit strategy. First, they're going to get all they can get from your past person. Then they're going to destroy your past person and move on to this other person. Yeah, they're going to make a new investment into this person. They're going to cut off your past person and they're going to make a new investment. Yeah. This is like a wish come true for the karmic, a level up. And your past person's going to be in regret. They're going to be blocked, stuck, stagnant, and in mental anguish when this happens. Yeah. This person's going to be sick. They're going to be sick. They're going to be reflecting so much on the marriage or long-term commitment they had with you where there was real love when this happens, how you're the empress and they forced the situation to end, all for greed, all for illusions. It's sad, but this is what they're saying is happening. This is why you don't cheat, lie, steal. This is why you don't screw people over. This is why you don't try to destroy others' lives. It will always come back to you, and that's what's happening here. And then they have the nerve to want you to let them down easy. I don't get that. I really don't. All right, we're going to leave this reading here. I am scheduling for the second week of November. If you're interested, please share the videos, like, and subscribe. But you may be picking up on this energy: reject, rebuke, and redirect. That's what I got to say about that. Their issues, being bamboozled by a third party, hitting rock bottom, losing their finances, is not your problem. It's not your problem. Do not feel sorry for this person. This is their karmic lesson. They have to learn and how to operate in humility, how to treat people the way they deserve to be treated. I mean, this person is... It's just dark. It's dark. It's dark. But all right. I love you guys so much. Please like, share, and subscribe. And I'll see you in the last reading. Bye-bye.